It's counting.
Thank you guys for coming out here today. So this is going to be a presentation on the influence of Dragon Ball Z's Goku. So again, I appreciate you guys coming out. Alright guys, my name is Jason. Again, this is going to be a presentation on the influence of Dragon Ball Z's Goku. Dragon Ball Legacy. First of all, it's written by Akira Toriyama. The series originally started as a manga back in 1984 on the 3rd of December. It appeared in the Shonen Jump magazine. It had 42 volumes altogether and finally ended in June of 1995. The series was also brought into an anime show in 1986, and through Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT, it lasted all the way through 1997 when it finally ended. And right now they're remaking all the episodes in Dragon Ball Kai, so they've got about 102 remade episodes. The Dragon Ball series began as a manga, Japanese comic, and again right now it's got over 508 episodes with 3 television specials and 17 movies, so it's quite popular, it's been around for a long time, and a very successful anime itself. The Dragon Ball Z story, I'm going to attempt to do this in 30 seconds, so bear with me because it's again got about 20 years of history. Alright, Dragon Ball Z is based upon a young boy named Goku who is orphaned and found by his adopted grandfather Gohan. Goku eventually meets Bulma, who explains about the Dragon Balls and their ability to call a dragon who can grant any wish. Goku sets off on an adventure around the world to find Dragon Balls, and along the way meets friends and adventurers and fights many battles along the way. Goku possesses amazing strength and natural ability to fight, which you later find is due to his alien heritage as a Saiyan. The Dragon Ball anime series broke into generations, with Dragon Ball following Goku as he grows up from a child to an adult and ends when he marries and has a child of his own. Dragon Ball Z picks up when Goku's son, Gohan, is born and continues through Gohan's marriage and when he has a son of his own, a daughter of his own, Pan. And Dragon Ball GT follows Pan and Goku and the struggles that they face. Now, as you can see, the character of Goku drives most of the narrative in the Dragon Ball series. He's the main influence, even in the episodes where one of the friends or relatives of his have to save the world in his place. He's always the one that's kind of in the background in their forethought. He's the driving force of their passion to save the world. So even when he's not there, he's still present. Now, Goku's influence. There's no doubt that growing up watching Dragon Ball Z had a big impact on my life. Some of the things that really impacted me was the sound of the Kamehameha wave. There's this big excitement that always got brought up in my gut whenever I hear Goku saying the Kamehameha wave. And I want you guys to get a chance to experience that excitement. So I'm going to play you a little clip here. Alright, so that's Goku's Kamehameha. So one of the signature moves that he does throughout the entire series is the main move learns when he's a child by mistake. A guy tells him he can't do it, and he shoots a car and blows it up. And throughout the whole series, it's kind of been a signature move. Whenever he does it, everybody gets pumped up. So with the Kamehameha wave, that's one of the things that's kind of stuck in my head since I was a kid. I used to do it. My parents would see me do it when I was watching the show, and they would just see a wild kid jumping up and screaming and yelling and then throwing pillows at my brother and hitting him in the head with my Kamehameha wave. So they didn't really like the influence that the show had on me. Now, with the influence that the show had on me, it's a common reference among my friends, my peers, and everything even nowadays. Throughout the series, many people who have never seen the series still can quote lines from Dragon Ball Z. Some of the most popular lines that are quoted are going to be probably over 9,000, which is a widely known YouTube sensation ever since it appeared. It's in the Dragon Ball Z near the middle of the season.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right.
So it's over 9,000. It's been probably a parody in a million YouTube videos. I see it every day when kids are playing here at the shop. Someone who mentioned 9,000, like, it's over 9,000! So, you know, these references stick in our head from the show. They kind of, they influence us as we grow up. Now, one thing that Dragon Ball does do is that it influences a lot of people. And the way that it influences a lot of people is through 3 basic aspects. One, through character development of Dragon Ball's main character, Goku. Now, Goku is different than most other series in that you grow up with Goku. He starts off as a child who was orphaned and adopted. You see him grow up throughout his life all the way to a teenager and marriage, and then you follow him as he has a son. The Dragon Ball Z legacy spans over 30 years. And so a lot of people born in the 80s grew up watching the show, growing up with Goku, and as he consistently faced challenges, we also face those challenges and relate them to aspects of our life, which is why he was a big role model and why a lot of people look up to him, and why the Dragon Ball Z series was so popular and successful. Now, the Dragon Ball Z series also presented a new way of relating to Goku, which helped develop a stronger bond between the viewers. One thing they did with Goku was it wasn't like a typical movie where you basically watched a character. You got a backstory about him, and then they immediately jumped to the action, and there was a happy ever after ending. There's no happy ever after ending with Dragon Ball. It's a continuous impact of struggle after struggle after struggle. Every time he overcomes one obstacle, a new one comes his way. There is no ending to it. And that's how real life is. In real life, we always have different struggles that always present themselves to us, and we have to constantly fight to overcome those obstacles. So in a way, we were able to always relate to Goku. It wasn't like we'd watch it one time and be like, okay, I've seen him overcome the struggle before. As we faced different challenges, so did he, and we were always able to relate to Goku to one of our aspects of our life. Now, the bond that formed did more than just influence us. It helped to shape and develop our own characters. Now, Goku is a hero, okay? In a lot of eyes, he's the hero of the story. He saves the planet multiple times, and he's a hero to our kids, just like Superman and Batman and all the heroes that kids look up to. Nowadays, kids don't have a lot of role models that they can look up to, not a lot of positive role models. So, Goku really kind of bridges that gap and allows us to have that positive role model who shows honor and respect and the ability to fight and do what's right even when it's not the easy choice to do. And as he does that, he helps influence our character, influence us to make those decisions in our own lives. And again, that plays a big impact on kids growing up, especially having grown up with this for about 30 years. Now, as I rewatch the series with my son, I can still see the factors that influence me even today. My kids will jump up. They will scream and yell and try to shoot a Kamehameha wave. They run around bouncing on my couch and stuff like that. And it's really easy for me to get lost and sometimes just want to discipline them and tell them to stop jumping around. But I got to remember that just as when I grew up, they're learning different facts. They're learning how to do the right thing. They're learning how to be a good guy, and the difference between good and bad and evil. They're learning what it takes to show honor and perseverance. And so I really like those traits. That's why I allow my kids to watch that show. And I really enjoy seeing them as they get excited about the show themselves, just like I did when I was a kid. Alright, so as you see, my kids love the show. They get really excited about it. That's one of the influencing games that we play around the house, is shooting Kamehamehas at each other. So, I hope that you guys get a chance to try out the show, or maybe you've seen it before and it's influenced yourself. But again, these narratives really have a way of speaking to us, and this is one that really affected me as I grew up, and still to this day I can recall as I watch my kids do it, the influences it had on me. And I hope that it has the same positive influences on my kids and others that watch it. Some of the works that I cited and got my references from are up here on the screen. If you have any questions or would like to look at those, I'll be happy to give it to you later. You guys have any questions? I appreciate you again taking your time to allow me to do my presentation. Get it stopped.